everyone, Del here, welcome back to the channel. Part 3 of the budget bug out vehicle build. I've got some footage of replacing the fuel filler pipe, which was completely rotten. I did actually think the car was a total rot box, but it actually worked out. It's actually not that bad. I gave it a good old wash down with a degreaser, and it's actually come up okay. I need to do the suspension and things like that, so that's not too much. Roughly in total I've spent about, including the purchase of the vehicle, about 2.2 just now, so I had a figure of 3.5 in mind for it all, which is, at this rate, it's feasible. There's been a few wee hidden extras that I'm not too sure of cost wise and things like that, but we'll see more of that as we go on to it. But take a look at what I've been up to, and thanks everybody for watching and sticking along with this. If you've got any suggestions, helpful, leave them in the comments, and I'll take a look at them and see if they're feasible or not to do. But yeah, thanks always. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. If you're watching it and you haven't hit the subscribe, please do. You know, it helps all these wee channels grow and whatnot. So I appreciate it. I appreciate you taking the time to watch it. So let's take a look at what I've been up to, part 3. So far guys, we're taking off this fuel filler pipe. It's completely rotten, as you can see. The 3/8 Jubilee clip has snapped on that. The 12 mils have snapped, and right up there the bracket's snapped off too, that holds that on. The fuel filler neck pipe's been okay. They were just 10 mils. There was only one that was a wee bit problematic, so I've got to try and remove this off. Now, I would say I'm not going to get into the existing bracket up the top there, so all I'll do is I'll put it on the best I can, and I might just fabricate a new bit of bracket and then just tap it with 8mm hex head screws just straight into it, and then it'll hold it on. My biggest problem is trying not to get anything into the fuel tank. Now that plastic pipe there is the joint of the fuel tank, so it's so important that I don't get anything into it. These are renowned for really bad fuel pumps, mechanical fuel pumps on the 3.2 DIDs. You forget what it's like to work on these old cars when you have all these new shiny ones. There is enjoyment in it, but there's also that bit of gloom where you look at it and think, oh my god, it's rot box, an absolute rot box. But let's work at it. Let's get this off. That's the main concern. So now that I've taken the wheel off for better access, as you can see, you can see in there, I did put all new drop links on it, so that's part of the work you don't see. But the reason I've elevated it is because that's the fuel tank. Now I've got a quarter of a tank of fuel in, and what I didn't want to do was pull that off and then the fuel to come out. As you can see, that's what, this is a wee bit dirty. I'm going to replace all my shocks and springs. I'm going to put a 2-inch lift on it. But yeah, look, there you go. So I needed to take the wheel off to get better access, and you can see I'm doing it all myself. So that's it, workshop time. Now what I really should do is put some copper grease back on these. I don't have any, but I'm going to spray the wheels black, so I'll take them off the next time I take them off, and I'll make sure that I copper grease all my hubs and my nuts. But yeah, let's crack on with this, get that off, and then see how this new pipe goes on. So that's the part off, guys. A bit of to and fro in. You can see the state of it. So I've blocked up the pipe, taken out as much of the crap as I can. So now it's time to get the new one on. We'll see how we get on. So yeah, definitely need replaced. So the only difference with the old pipe is I had to take off the plastic breather filter. The new one didn't come with it. That's that bit there, that cap there, once it focuses in. So yeah, so this cap here, it was on that where you can see the blue on it, so I took that off, give it a clean and put it back on. So let's have a crack at putting this on and see how. could have maybe replaced them with new bolts, but we're on a budget and I don't have any. So those bolts there and there have snapped inside, so they snapped when I took them off. So I might just drive a self-tap ahead through that one, through both of those. For now there's nothing behind them. Now you'll see there's a breather pipe going into the chassis. The old one that was corroded has come off. What I'm going to do for now is I'm going to duct tape around that, basically so it doesn't damage the new pipe. They're just breathers, so I'll put on a couple of plastic ties on them. I don't really want dirt going in them too, so they fed in onto a blanking plate there. As part of the kit, they obviously don't provide that blanking plate, which I didn't know about, so I'll have to order that. But for now, all I'll do is I'll tie those off and I'll put a wee bit. I'll blank those off just now, because we've got the breather up there with the plastic pad that I showed you, and then those, so it should be all right for returning it. That pipe went into there, which goes off into the chassis as a breather. It's basically for when you're off-roading, so water doesn't go into the fuel line and things like that, so it runs off into the chassis and comes up. You get them on Land Rovers and stuff, and you extend them. So we'll take a look at that. So I'll get this put back together and I'll show you how I'm getting on in a wee bit once we've got it all back on. So there we go, guys, it's on, it's replaced. I've got that on as secure as I can for now. I've blanked off the ends just until I get the replacement breather pipe to go into the chassis for that, and the job's a good one. So just a case of getting it all back together, get the wheel on, and all good. Until the next, we'll get the 4x4 on. So we've replaced the fuel pipe. Let's have a look. That was on a budget, so replacement of that, in total that was £108 in parts, and that's it done in about an hour of my time, just getting it right with everything, and not trying to look too much at everything else. You know, I'll replace that through time. I'm going to give it a good wash, and I will wax oil it all underneath, just the old stuff. But yeah, so that's that. We'll give that a thumbs up for today, I think. So all good. Managed to get that on, not really too much of a fuss. About an hour's work, replacement about £108, so add that to my initial price of the car, which was about £2 grand. All I've spent on it so far is about, say, with bits and bobs that I've bought, about another £200. So we're getting on and cracking on, and that's us. So see you on the next one. Stay safe. Del out. So all back together, looks good. I'm happy with that. Need to give her a name, don't I? But I think we'll just call her for now Battle Bus. So Battle Bus is getting there. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe.